Welcome, Internet, to another episode of Deep Shots, a show where we go into talking about people's passions and careers and just very interesting projects. I'm your host, David Sauce, and today we have special guests, people from the Willis Way podcast.
Yeah.
Where there's Willis, there's a way. Josh I've known for several years and has had so much improv experience, and I know Kendrick also has a lot of improv experience. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. It's great to be here.
How's your guys' experience, like your tolerance with alcohol?
We're friends.
Yeah, it kind of depends. So you know this, but I didn't do alcohol for a whole lot, and then it's I don't know, alcohol's pretty fun. So we're on speaking terms, I'd say.
My college days, I didn't get drunk very often, but I still have drank before.
Yeah.
All
this
right.
isn't your first time?
No.
I'm good. I'm glad that your first time is not 4 shots. That would be terrible.
It's also important to mention that at any time you guys can opt out. If you don't want to keep taking shots and you're feeling sick, that's totally okay.
Okay.
I don't want anyone to feel like they're pressured to keep going till the end if they can't do it.
All right.
All right, so let's get started. So first, we're gonna start on this side and move down.
Okay.
So here, this one's gonna be for me. Here you go, Josh.
Thank you, David.
And this is the North Sisters vodka. So cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So what got you guys interested in wanting to do a podcast?
I needed a quarantine project to do because, as you probably are familiar with last year.
Why? What happened? I'm just kidding.
We had a snowstorm. I think that, and I was bored.
A heat wave.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and a heat wave.
Yeah.
And some wildfires. Yeah. So all that put together, I was bored, and I was like, Josh, we should do a podcast. And he's like, okay, that sounds fun. And I said, what do I have this name for a podcast? And Josh was like, well, I'm not a huge Bruce Willis fan. And I said, me neither.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Kendrick was so I got a great name, but it requires us to watch every single Bruce Willis movie. And I was like, all right, sounds good.
I mean, even the popular Bruce Willis movies, I can go either way. So that's quite the challenge.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got some stinkers in there that have won awards for being stinkers. So yeah, that's tremendous.
I've learned a lot. I found out that so everybody knows the Golden Raspberry is famous for awarding to terrible movies, but there's also the Stinkers Bad Movie Award.
Oh yeah,
which is my favorite movie award.
Gosh, that's the fear for me now of if I ever wanted to make a movie but if it's bad enough, I guess of course if it's popular enough to get an award, that's also a plus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, another segment we have is top picks. I'm just gonna fire either or, so you just tell me which one you'd rather do.
Okay.
So would you rather see a movie or a play?
Any play or
Any play, any movie.
Play.
Yeah, play.
All right, and then would you rather see a performance or perform? And that performance can be a concert or play or anything like that.
Perform.
Yeah, same here.
All right.
Yep.
Alcohol or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Alcohol.
And you're lactose intolerant.
I know. Well, technically, all humans are alcohol intolerant, right? Because our livers are what the fuck is this? Get us out of here!
We're actually a little all lactose intolerant.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of us just push through both of those.
I can handle dairy, but with as soon as sugar is involved, it's just.
I can only do 1 or 2 shots of ice cream and then I'm out of here. So it's
I can do at least 3 scoops of alcohol. So.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm a 2.5 scoops of alcohol type of guy.
All right, Marvel or DC?
Movies or comics or what?
Yeah.
Games? Everything. Yeah.
What you prefer?
Probably DC. Superman was my favorite comic growing when I was a kid.
Oh, that's lame. I'm always a Batman fan, but I'd say I know. I'd say that I think that the Marvel movies are pretty consistent throughout, and I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do a lot of DC properties a lot. The Arkham games are just amazing. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna go DC, I guess.
All right, that's great. I love the without thinking.
Yeah.
All right, most important one: Kirk or Picard?
Picard.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Picard, but it is leaning more Kirk than it has ever in my life.
Josh, just make a choice.
I know.
at the end of every single episode, it'll be like, well, I agonized over where to put this movie in our rankings, and so that's a Josh staple at this point, is like not knowing what I'm gonna do.
Hidden note in every episode of our podcast, at the end we rank the movies, and I never put any thought into it ahead of time. It's like in that moment, Josh is like, where do you think this movie should go? And I'll like scroll to the list and I'll be like, right there. And then Josh is like, I spent hours tonight.
Like some nights I'll stay up thinking about it.
I'm like, I cannot fall asleep. I don't know where Last Man Standing goes. My wife is like, what are you doing? Just go to sleep.
Yeah, you're the last man standing.
I am the last man standing.
Have all the pins and corks set up.
Yeah, but on Letterboxd, so it's all electronic. It would be real big pain if I had to move that whole corkboard thing.
All right, it is time for shot number 2.
All right.
We're gonna do some Viva City Rum.
Viva La City.
Are these all Oregon things? Oh no.
No, I was gonna go all Oregon, but then I saw Four Roses, and then I found this one, which is like a Mexican brand tequila, so I went with that.
Well,
one.
but Oregon's the city of roses, and we have Mexican.
Close
people
enough.
that live here, so...
Oregon is actually a state though, but you were close.
It's a city too. There's Oregon City.
Yeah.
I've already had just one, and I'm starting to feel it.
So excited.
Whew.
Yep, that's rum.
All right. Now, I've known Josh for a long time, but I want to direct this more towards you. What are some of your hidden passions?
Hidden passions? Like everybody knows my passions.
I don't.
Film.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
He's plastered on billboards.
Yeah, my passions are all online. Film. Even before we started this podcast, I was a big film nerd.
Yeah.
Cooking. I do a lot of cooking at home.
I literally thought you were about to say cocaine. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's what a passion.
That's not a big passion. That's like a small passion.
Film, cocaine. I like cooking. I don't know.
Well, film. Do you have you made any projects or?
When I was in high school, I did some YouTube comedy show stuff before YouTube comedy shows were a thing, so that was fun. And then
plug that at the bottom.
the Inverse Psychology Show. I'm not even sure it's actually findable on.
It definitely
YouTube.
still is.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm adding that to the bottom.
Yeah, we can throw that up.
Jamie, can we get that up on the screen?
Yeah, and when I was probably 21, we did the 48-hour film fest, which is like you have to make a movie in 48 hours, and they give you the.
That sounds awesome.
They give you the guide points, and that was fun. But I haven't done anything since then.
But are you looking to do more of those kind of things?
I think if I had the opportunity to, I'm not like seeking it out or anything.
Right.
I mainly just want to watch it and talk about movies.
Cool. I mean, I feel like I know most of yours.
Yeah,
Is there any that I don't know? Any?
Improv,
Hidden.
I know, so crazy.
Digging deep here.
Yeah,
Well, deep shots, not shallow shots.
All right, shut up, David. Then no, all my passions you know about.
All right. Well, list them for everyone else.
Politics, improv, just hanging out and shooting the shit, like basic stuff. Oh, I do like films. I will say that. I liked them before.
I hope so. You talk about them a lot.
I know. Well, so the thing is that I've always liked movies a lot, but I haven't really spent, I would kind of think about them, but the podcast has really helped push me in my film analysis and how I look at movies and stuff like that, and especially a lot of the middling movies, just understanding how they got made and why they got made and kind of where they stand in a person's repertoire. It's really interesting to me to see a lot of the middling movies that we never would have watched otherwise. I never would have watched the movie The Last Man Standing. That wouldn't have been the thing that I would have watched at all.
Ironically, I thought that was a recreation of Omega Man, but then I realized that's a different thing.
Well, so The Last Man Standing is a based on an Kurosawa film, which I don't remember the name of.
Yojimbo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I would not, if I just watched Last Man Standing, I'd be like, well, this movie kind of sucks. But then because we had to do some research, I was like, oh, it's based on Yojimbo. And then I was like, oh, the
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly series is also based on that movie. And I was like, wow, this is kind of blowing my mind here.
I think I've seen that one.
And so is the Lucky Number 11, right?
Yeah, that's more loosely based on the story.
Jennifer Slayer.
What? Lucky Number 11.
Is actually that's the
name of the movie.
What?
Yeah, Lucky Number 11.
I always get excited for the first slur when we're doing it. Usually I do it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to shot number 3.
All right.
This is Four Roses, Bourbon, Kentucky Straight.
Bourbon Kentucky Straight.
Whiskey.
Bourbon Kentucky Straight. That's what I like them. I like them straight. I don't know.
Bourbon Kentucky Straight.
That one's actually smoother than the rum.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy Four
I
Roses.
drink 4 Roses all the time.
All right. What's the future hold for the Willis podcast? Where do you see you guys going? Where do you hope it goes? Do you plan on doing other podcasts about action heroes, or even a Star Trek podcast, which I would be a huge fan of?
Ooh, I never even thought about that.
So the other reason I have wanted to start a podcast for a long time, but the other reason I jumped at this idea was because we're at the point now, and you probably know this content creation, but we're at the point now where you can't just make a generic thing. It has to be something weird and unique, or you have to be someone famous. So we couldn't just do a movie podcast because there's like a million movie podcasts.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but there's no Bruce Willis podcasts.
Mm-mm.
And if you Google Bruce Willis podcast, we're the only result. So I was like, oh, well, that's like a great niche to do what you want to do, but also still somewhat be relevant.
Yeah.
So that is like, I would like to talk about other movies, but it's hard because there's so many other people talking about other movies who have the time and money to like do more than we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that golden idea is always like hard to find, like that, like thing that sets you apart. I mean, I'm sacrificing my liver for this one. But
Yeah.
But anyway, besides that, like, are you guys wanting to do more like improv now that we're like opening up more? Is that like something you guys are going to return to? I know that you were doing improv at
Curious Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know about much of your improv history. If you want to give me like a.
I did improv in high school. I taught improv in my 20s.
Taught me,
including
yeah.
Josh. Half of what he knows, I taught him.
Well,
I taught the other half. So it's fine.
shut the fuck up. The other half.
We took.
Fine, other 3/4.
We took. I didn't teach him.
Math
Any,
was
I,
never
didn't
my
teach him any math. So we did take some improv at Curious Comedy, and I would like to do that again, if possible.
It seems like it's opening up a lot more now. Like, went to Costco, no mask. So
Yeah.
Were they doing improv there though?
I think so, because people were being incredibly rude.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was fake. So I don't know.
What is improv but being rude to one another?
Yeah.
I get like, it's like, where's
Hey,
Ashton?
Mom.
I feel like I'm being punked. Like, what's going on?
I was out at the coast this week, and I went into multiple stores, and I was like, oh, we don't have to wear masks anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're a cook, and you like cooking.
I do, yeah.
Best home cooked meal. What's your favorite?
Like historically, my favorite thing to make.
Just sort of like, yeah, but no, not to make. Like just historically. Yeah.
So I went to Italy one time,
Yeah. Oh gosh.
and I just was in this restaurant, and I was like having a great time, and I asked the guy who owned the place what kind of pasta he used, and I just wanted to know like generally, but he didn't speak any English, but he brought me out the brand and bag of pasta, and he was like going on in Italian about it, and I was like, wow, this is great. And so I went to the store and bought a bunch of this pasta, and it was like very fancy gold cut Italian pasta, and brought it home, and it sat in my cupboard for a few months, and then I made this dish that had cauliflower. It was like a cauliflower ragu with pasta. And I was like at home by myself, made it, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever made in my life, and no one is here to eat it with me.
Oh no!
But it was fabulous. And I was like, this can't get any better.
Nice.
That sounds so good.
Same question, Josh.
The best home cooked meal.
Best home cooked meal you've ever had.
I don't know. I don't even know. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Does that mean you've had a lot, or you've just like had ramen?
No. I've had some good home cooked
Top
meals.
ramen, not
I'd say
ramen.
like the best home cooked meals that I've had are like those that you get when you have like the shock of coming home from like a Boy Scout camp where you're eating like stuff that's barely edible, and then whatever the first thing is that you eat at home that's like a real meal. That's like the best meal I've ever had. So that could be any number of things.
Oh, well, what about when you travel? Because you went to
Iceland and Ireland.
Iceland and Ireland.
Yeah.
And,
So
Yeah, the, like,
were there any like
pickled
great
fish or whatever they have in Iceland?
pickled fish? Yeah.
I didn't actually have any fancy things in Iceland. I think they even have like puffins over there and stuff that you can eat, and I just didn't have them because they're really expensive. Food in Iceland is really expensive in general. So because I don't know if you know this, but Iceland is an island, so they have to like import.
It's actually a
everything.
land of ice.
It
And-
is not actually. It's that's a trick. Common misconception.
Oh yeah, I also was in second grade geography.
Greenland is icy and Iceland is green. When I went to when I went to Iceland, they were real big into street hot dogs there because apparently when Clinton was president, he came and had like a hot dog at a street vendor, and he was like, "Wow, this hot dog is great." And Iceland was like, "Whoa, street hot dogs!" So street hot dogs like exploded.
Let's base our entire company.
Yeah, so there's a lot of street hot
Country.
dog vendors there, and
That's amazing.
I was like, oh, I gotta have one of these, and it's like a very special, like they do this onion thing. And I was like, this is very funny.
That sounds super good.
Yeah, they have a lot of American food over there. Like we went into like one place and it was like a straight up just 1950s style diner, and they're
I
like,
went to the same place.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
And they're like,
What's it
oh,
called?
we've got like fries and something in Icelandic. I don't know. Like we've got like fries, and
I-
we've got burgers and stuff.
I don't know, fries.
I don't know, fries. But yeah, it's
What
it's
time of
wild.
year were you there?
I was there in September or late September.
Okay, so it wasn't like 24-hour daylight.
No, I want to go. Next time I go to Iceland, I want to go there during the like 24-hour daylight and go during and just like not adjust my sleep schedule at all, so that I can go around where all the tourists are not there because they're gonna be on like an actual.
I've been there
real-life
twice,
sleep
once in
schedule.
June, once in February. The time that I was there in June, the sun sets, but it never gets dark.
Yeah.
And the bars open at like 4 a.m. They have to close from like
Nice.
2 to 4 legally, but otherwise they're just open all day.
Yeah.
And it was very weird
It's my
because
time.
we were out at this 1950s diner at 11 p.m. and it felt as if you're here at like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And it was just very weird. You're like, this should be dark. I should be going to bed soon. Here we are eating dinner at 11 p.m.
Yeah. That's
But then when I
wild.
went in February, it was great because it was dark all the time, but you got to see the aurora.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I didn't get to go see any of the Northern Lights when I was there, so
You'll have to go back to.
yeah.
That's
That's definitely a reason to go back.
Oh yeah.
all right. Let's do it.
Let's do our shot number 4. We're doing Centenario Anejo. It's
Wow.
I like
You know how many
tequila. I
years-
like tequila a lot.
Do you know how many years this one is aged?
Not in particular,
Okay.
but I would probably assume 10 to 20.
a lot of times they blend different
Oh
years
right,
to
that
like
makes sense.
make the longer stuff last longer and the younger stuff not taste as alcoholic.
Yeah. They're like, we have 30 years of alcohol in this, and it's like, well,
All right, well, cheers.
Cheers, guys.
cheers.
All right, we're at the part where it is crazy stories. The crazier the story, the more points you get. So,
Oh my gosh.
dig deep. The craziest story you got, shoot it, and whoever wins, I'll do an extra shot for them.
Wait, so you're doing an extra shot no matter what?
Yep. But it is for whoever gives
the
the
crazier
craziest
story.
story.
I see.
Just any story?
Any story?
All right, I have a story. So before I moved to Oregon, I lived in Kansas City, Missouri, and this
Is that where you're from, Missouri, or?
I grew up there, yeah. And I was looking. So this was probably I don't know, maybe 15 years ago. I was living there, and I was gonna buy a house, and I was there with
How old were you?
I don't know, 22.
I don't know. I was 10, so like buying a house was right around the corner.
Yeah, it was probably 22.
Wow. That's impressive.
Dude, the housing market A in the Midwest and B 15 years. This was in 2008. So
Oh yeah. Good time for
much
housing.
cheaper, yeah. 2007, 2008, yeah. So I was, looking at a bunch of houses in Kansas City, and we went to this one house, and you get to this house, and I don't know if you've ever gone house shopping before, but most of the time you get to a house and it's like got minimal furniture because they want you to show you what it looks like furnished, but not.
Right, they're leaving it to the imagination.
Yeah, exactly. So we get to this house, and it is crammed full of just like trinkets, right?
What?
Just things and stuff and whatever. And the realtor that I'm there with is like extremely pregnant, and so she's like, you know, she actually had the baby while we were house shopping, but
Wait, what?
not
when you were there.
yeah, but like we had to.
One
end up,
second.
we had to end up buying.
What in the Frasier was going on?
So we get to this house and it's like very crammed full, and there's red writing on all the wall, and it says like life sayings, and all I could think of was, if you ever seen the movie The Shining, there's the red rum written everywhere, and I was like, this is really weird. And the house is like, you know, done to 11, and you like look at the back window and it's just like a dead tree and like a wind blowing. Like there's nothing outside. It's just like this extremely manicured house. And so you go upstairs to the master bedroom, and it is done in like fairy princess dresses.
Yeah.
And there's like vials on the wall, and the ceiling's painted like sky, and there's dresses hanging in the closet, princess dresses. And we like smell this weird smell, and we open the door, and there's a little dog in a kennel that's like completely like made a mess in his kennel, and it smells terrible. And we're like, well, this is bad. We should probably like alert some people. And we leave the upstairs and we go to the basement, and the basement is like more weird stuff. And we walk around the corner, and there's like a child mummy.
Wait, what?
And
Wait, there's a child mummy in the basement?
Yeah, so presumably it's like a mannequin for some sort of art project. I don't know, but it was like a mummy, you know, mummy but child size. And this realtor, you know, 8 months pregnant, like walks in, and she's like, nope, and she just like runs out the house, and I'm like, oh no. And in my mind I'm thinking, if we die, what's the news story gonna be about finding bodies in this weird haunted house?
3 bodies found, 1 really old.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you should have called Stephen King, but like, I don't
know. We
what
just
else
like
to do in
pieced
this
out of there, and I was like, nope, I don't even want to see the rest of this house. Get me out of here.
That's the most insane story I've ever heard. So like
that's crazy up there, because I like, I've heard like one other story from like my older sister where, you know, she went to a house to look in Corvallis where they were like gonna move in there and rent it while they were doing the last year of college, and one of the doors to the basement had like 20 locks on it, and they had all the keys and they unlocked like all of it, and then like, so they opened it, and like this big gust of wind comes out, and they're like, nope, we're going. Like, that's...
they were a part of the Underground Railroad or something fucked up was going on there.
Underground Railroad in Corvallis.
Hey, I'm not gonna kink shame.
I mean...
But like...
I'm more of a 10-lock guy.
I mean,
not a 20-lock guy.
if I see a door covered in locks, that's like immediately a red flag.
Yeah.
Like... You got one, Josh?
I'm not even gonna try. Like, I was gonna do something about how I broke glass when I was a kid, but I mean that's gonna be like nothing. So.
Well, he would scare you. Go funny.
Go funny. Oh my god. I literally can't even think of anything. My brain is just like right now. So.
All right. Well, then Kendrick won it,
And
All
we're
right.
going into our last shot then. This is our death shot part of the program. And how it works is I put a bunch of pretty disgusting shot bottles in here.
Okay.
And we're each gonna drink one of those guys with these extra ones I got. And trust me, they are really bad. Like, I had a black cherry vodka that is still the worst thing I've ever tasted. Except I go last, so I kind of just end up with whatever's left. But
Okay.
I did promise Kendrick that I would do an extra one. So I have 2.
There's a child mummy out there that will haunt you if you don't. So.
Yeah, I mean,
What
Why
the
did you
hell?
have to start
It's a
like?
fucking cursed mummy.
I know, I should have let you go first.
That's insane.
And you,
I don't
you were like,
I don't get to roll that story out very often, but it is my favorite, like, so you hear some fucked up shit. Oh, sit down.
Oh my god, the Midwest is fucking insane.
All right, guys, draw your shot bottle, and that will be your shot.
Oh yeah, Western Sun.
It's pink.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
no.
Oh, Josh got lucky.
Red Stag. Oh, Jim Beam. Nice.
Wait, is it like cinnamon?
oh, God.
Black cherry.
I got the fireball shot.
Hey.
Oh, and I got the 99. So the thing is like, I bought a bunch of like packs of alcohol bottles, and the store owner told me in specific that anything from the 99 pack was the absolute worst you could have. And in the other episodes I've done, I have also gotten from the 99 pack. So this would be my third shot from the 99 pack.
Was he correct though, and that they're all the worst?
Oh my god, they are so bad. Like, I don't even know how to... Okay, here you go.
I'm like really starting to feel the alcohol, by the way.
Really?
What? No. Shut up.
Gosh, I don't know.
Which one do you guys think I should start with? Should I start with Fireball or...
End with the Fireball.
End with the Fireball. Okay.
It's like very. I mean, you've had Fireball. I assume.
Yeah.
Are you like the Earth? Is that like, because that feels like the same strategy that we're
No, I
going for
can't get
right
this
now.
bottle open. I guess I'm done.
I'm so fucking sweaty!
I'll work on AC as my next thing.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want, am I supposed to like, Kendrick, did you just drop a little plastic thing?
Some call it a cap, but yeah.
Josh, are you okay there?
I'm so good.
It's okay. It's your last one.
Okay, so here's the thing. Am I gonna get this all dirty? Well, I guess fuck it. All right, screw the environment. You know, more more oceans.
Just so we're clear, even though I did buy plastic shot glasses, I do clean and use them again.
Gross.